deck profile of the Ezel Skizzers. So let's get started. For my starter, in my opinion, there's 3 starters for Ezel because they all have to do with Ezel. There's Karla, or Karya. It is Karya. Karya. Karya, Kriff, and Corrin. I went with Karya because she's the best of all 3. I'm not running Blonde, so there's no point in running Kriff. And Corrin's okay. Corrin's a grade 3 searcher for Ezel, so he's 5k. But the fact that, you know, Karla stays on the field until grade 3 is really good. And yes, I can keep Corrin on the field until then, but I don't know. Run what you want, but Karla is a +1, whereas Corrin might be a break even, he might be a -1. So, and this deck can't really afford its minuses in order to function. So that's why I went with Karya. So for triggers, I went 7 crit. Obviously 4 Flame of Victory because, you know, you need soul in this deck. And then 5 draw because 7/5 is my main lineup, especially in Ezel. Ezel needs that extra oomph in order to keep up, in my opinion anyway. And then 4 heal because, yeah. For grade 1s, I only run 2 Tor. I only run 2 Tor because he's not really good early. You know, this isn't a hyper aggressive deck. Most of the times when I try to play, I try to kill him from 3 or hold him from limit break forever. So I don't really need Tor early, and he's only active whenever you have an Ezel Vanguard. So then there's better things to run. So he's only at 2. I run 4 White Lion because he's insane. Kind of +1 if you have an Ezel Vanguard. Soul Charge 1, put the top card of your deck into the damage. So he's a 7k damage giver for Ezel, and he gives you soul. That's really good. If you somehow have a full field and you're at 3 damage, you play him. Unless you know you limit break. If you hit a heal, you're back down to 2. They're at whatever 4 or 5, something ridiculous. He can help set up plays, and plus solid 7k boost, and he feeds the soul. There's no downside to him. For Gareth, because there's a lot more cross rides in the meta these days, plus Nouvelle. We'll just call him a cross ride because he's 13. Not that this deck really stands a chance against Nouvelle, but you know, it's whatever. So yeah, 8k is good for riding, good for hitting 18, obviously, and being able to, you know, try to suppress damage early just by riding him turn 1 is good enough for me to run him at 4. And obviously 4 perfects because it's scary as shit out there, because Nouvelle's a thing. Grade 3 or grade 2s, I've never seen somebody use this lineup for scissors, so I'll try to defend it the best I can. 3 Bumans because, like I said, 18 is the number you want to hit. So if I have 3 Bumans, 3 Tor, all my grade 3s, and my 12k attackers, hitting 18 is not going to be an issue for me. Plus, he's a safe ride. You know, he allows you to, same reason why I run Gareth, put up a little bit of suppression so that, you know, they can't go 9k to your 9k Vanguard on turn 2. They have to either play another booster or not hit you. So that works out. And plus, you can no-pass most Vanguards like Mobius, things with other on-hit effects, you know, Blau, really anything. So he's just there as a pure defensive ride and help you hit 18. 3 Bagged Omegas. Yeah, I should run 4, but I don't. Because I like my other grade 2s a lot more. He's a 12k attacker for Ezel, obviously. That's really all he's there for, you know. It sucks he's not good early, so you can't go turn 2, swing 12 at your 7k. That doesn't work for Ezel, but whatever. You know, this deck, I like to play the deck slow because, you know, the faster I get them to 4 means I can't keep them from limit breaking with Ezel's skill. So, yeah. I run 3 Vivian because I hate Eliwood. Everything about Eliwood sucks to me. If he was more like Tilda, Jewel Knight, I would love Eliwood. Eliwood would be great. But as it stands, Eliwood sucks. If you ride an Ezel, kind of +1, random call the top card. Gross. I'd rather, I mean, plus he applies no pressure. I mean, the best he has is a taunt, quote unquote. Whereas if you play him in the front row, yeah, your opponent's going to want to kill him. He'll eat an attack for you. Or if you really want to get him off, keep him in the back row, and you'll get 2 crit triggers probably, if you're me. So that's why I hate Eliwood. I'd rather use Vivian, 1, because it's pressure. It's pressure early. You ride her on Vanguard, you have the Karya behind her. They instantly have to deal with that. You know, they have to block it or give you a +1. And good mid-game, good anything. The only time she's not good is when you go to use Scissors Limit Break, because your field's already full, so she applies no pressure then. But that's why I run Trip. Trip allows you to apply pressure when your field's full, and help you on flip. Because the last thing your opponent wants to do is give you more options to Vivian, to Scissors, to even use my other grade 3 skill. Woohoo. So Trip's good. So all in all, you know, you have the pressure of Vivian and Trip and Scissors going off, you know, as pressure to help you burn guard from your opponent, and they have to let 1 hit usually. So for grade 3s, 4 Scissors. Obviously your main rank target, no matter what your matchup is. But it's definitely, you know, your main rank target against Lady Joker. He hits numbers all game due to his 1k per rear guard skill. So that's not an issue. You know, his limit break is really good, especially against Link Joker. It sucks against clans that retire. Like if Eradicators or Kagero retire your Karya, the fight just got a lot harder. Even though the top 2 calls are random, it's still a +1, and you know you're already fighting, especially against Eradicators. It's already aggressive enough. You have to be able to. You have to fight keep your field up, and it costs you hand in order to save your Vanguard. It costs you hand to replace your rear guards. So that's probably one of the deck's hardest matchups, to be honest, is retiring. But Link Joker's easy as fuck. Last grade 3 is Platna. Platna is mainly there to finish the game in another means. Like if they're at 5, the extra crit doesn't mean anything. Yeah, you hit for numbers. But if you're only your Vanguard swinging for 26+, that's a perfect shield, and then they can just go 10-10 for the other rears. Whereas with Platna, you kind of +3, your whole field gets plus 5k. So it's an extra 25k to the board. And your opponent has to respond to that if they're at 5. Now if they're at 4, Platna loses a lot of his potency because, you know, they just no guard 1 thing, and then that's a lot of shield that was not taken because they just took 1. So try to only use him at 5. Other than that, he's 11k base, and that's mainly the reason why he's in there. I would run Blonde, but that 10k, it's ugh. And plus, you know, for the most part, you really want Scissors as your main Vanguard for the whole game. Whereas if you start, you know, riding Blonde early and then using his skill, and then you have to find a Scissors to ride into it, it becomes a whole thing, and you don't get it when you need to. So Blonde's a whole thing. That's why people do run Criff sometimes, put 1 Blonde in there. But if you need a full field for Scissors and you suck half of it up with Criff, it's not going to help you. So, yeah. Anyway, that's why I chose what I chose. If you like it, give it a shot. If not, tell me what to fix. Otherwise, I'll talk to you guys later.